Hello everyone and welcome back to GrainCraft episode number 5. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a delay since the last episode. It's been a busy time both at home and at work, and I've not really had much of a chance to play, let alone record, edit it and all the other things you need to do to get these videos out there. So, well, I'm back and yeah, we've got lots of things to do, so without further ado, let's get cracking. As is traditional in this series, I try and outlay my plans for the episode at the start. Not always successfully in terms of what I end up doing in the episode, but let's give this a good go. So episode number 5, there's 3 main things I want to do in this episode. First of all, I want to explore the Nether a little bit more. I've made some safe tunnels to hide myself away from the nasties in the Nether, but I think I need to expand a little more, maybe just mine at a lower level, and potentially find some ancient debris if I'm very lucky. If I get the Y level just about right, hopefully I'll find something. But really what I do is I want to find a Nether fortress and just have a little explore around there and see if I can find any goodies that might be of use. Second thing I want to do is bone meal. I want to build a bone meal farm because the base expansion, that's the third thing on this list, will probably be very, very heavy on the wood requirements. So I'll be looking at bone meal, certainly for this episode, to build some sort of semi-automated tree farm and not have to go around chopping down trees from this beautiful world that we inhabit. As I was mining, I came across a rather useful discovery. So I came across a cave, which was pretty standard, as caves go. Not completely explored, but I didn't need to, because as I turned the corner I saw this. The telltale mossy cobblestone. And in this was a skeleton spawner. So, here we have a project. So for some quick bone meal, we have a spawner that can provide that for us. So those that have heard previous videos may notice the audio in large parts of this video might be slightly odd and slightly different. That is because, for some unknown technical reason, my webcam microphone has reverted to the default microphone. So all the recording sessions I've done have been through my webcam mic. So the audio quality is not great. Apologies for that. I've had to make up with some sort of processing of the audio to try and make it at least YouTube worthy, so hopefully it's at least acceptable in that regard. But come next video, I hope to be back to the normal microphone. The skeleton spawner is now complete. I've just poked my head around here. You can see it's a very dark room. I've dug down 2 blocks above the spawner to keep skeletons from spawning on top of there and getting stuck. Cleared the room out, some water streams here, funnel them down into that little gap there. I just poke my head out, and they get funneled under there through the tunnel, and up, shoot them up high from a bubble column. They come across the top of the spawner way up there, and they end up here, which is the AFK chamber, where I've got 4 of my finest hounds just sitting there in minecarts, well, standing in minecarts I should say, and when the skeletons arrive and the trapdoors lift, there's actually no skeletons there. That is great timing. They'll be there. Don't worry, doggies, you'll have some bones soon. There we go. Sorry. The trapdoors lift, and it gives one of the dogs a split second just to get to the skeleton, which is enough time for them to get the skeletons, but the skeletons don't get a chance to attack them or the player, me, which is quite handy. So yeah, so I've got an automated farm here in terms of bone meal or bones and arrows. So I've got plenty of them, and I also get as you just saw there, I get the XP. If dogs kill the skeletons, it's counted as if the player has killed them, which is very handy. And so yeah, like I can just AFK here and build that XP up. Now this design for the entire contraption, I don't know if you can see up there. Let me just pillar up so you can see. It's just redstone that goes round and round in a circle that is timed, and the repeaters are timed to open the trapdoors for just enough time for the dogs to do their bone eating, their skeleton killing, but not long enough for the skeletons to get to them, which is just what we're looking for. Just a word on this design: it is a Nims TV design, so search for a YouTube channel called Nims TV. He's very good at tutorials, very good at providing simple, easy to follow videos for not complex but powerful farms, I would call them. Just to quickly show you the rest of the farm. Down here we have the collection system, so there is that noise you can hear is the hopper minecarts going back and forward, collecting all of the drops from the kills, the skeleton kills, and then we have just a basic sorter system, a comparator-based sorter system here, which gives me my bones and my arrows. So bone meal will not be a problem from now on. Just a quick word, if I may, on the train generation glitches that appear to have happened in this world. I think I believe this is actually, I've been doing a bit of research, and I believe that this is the original seed that I loaded the world, and something has happened where it kind of saw the world boundary as around here, and it's generated a new seed around here. So the new seed obviously being a very ocean-based, predominantly water-based world, whereas this is there's a lot more land mass in the middle here. So I've seen this before. There is some instance of it on sort of doing some research and googling it, and that's what I've found, and that's what's happened really, is that there are two different seeds at play here, and the game has done its best to try and knit these two land masses together, successfully in some parts, but obviously unsuccessfully in the majority of it. So yeah, it's a pain. It is what it is, and I just need to make do with it and get on with things. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Now, I have spotted this before, but I've never really felt brave enough to go anywhere near it. But as you can see in the distance, we have what looks like a nether fortress. So that's the direction I'm going to start digging. We're going to dig down rather than go overland, and let's see what we can find. This is the first time I've ever seen a map of the Nether, and it's a bit chaotic, isn't it? So I wanted to show you really the direction that I've been digging, and this bit here where you can see these kind of grey rectangles are the tunnels, the safety tunnels that I've built to connect the portals that I've created to help me get around a little quicker. And all I've done really from this bit here is dug down to Y level 13. So obviously what that means is I should be under the lava, which I am, as you can see. I'm actually there at the moment. I've dug all the way down here and up here, and this is the nether fortress we saw earlier, and hoping to come up somewhere near here to make a sneaky covert entry into the fortress. But I'm at Y level 13 for the main reason is that Y level 15 is the most common spawning height for ancient debris. So at 13 I can see 15. I dig a tunnel too high, I can see 15 directly above my head and 12 right below my feet. So I from what I believe, 12, 13, 14, 15 are the most common heights to find ancient debris. So although saying that, I have dug all this way. Stacks and stacks of netherite have been dug, but not one single block of ancient debris so far. But I've just been digging a very straight tunnel, so I've not started to use explosives or beds yet, but there will be a time for that shortly. I've started digging up a little bit and have emerged right below one of the supporting pillars of this nether fortress. So, bit of luck. the light gun, that's come out quite well. So what I plan to do is just go under there and just kind of stare up inside that to get up there. I can't believe I've never done this before. Actually, this is actually a really good way to get into a Nether fortress. And I'll saying that, I do need to light the place up a little bit. Let me just do that first before I start getting quite pleased with myself. But yeah, there's skeletons everywhere. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but since the 1.16 update, skeletons appear to be taking over the Nether completely. So I've I'm kind of staring up inside one of these Nether fortress pillars, and hopefully I will end up somewhere that is a reasonably. I'll have a little safe place to hide once I get in, without having to worry too much about having to build somewhere. I'll just put a door on it, nice and easy. So let me get on with it, and I will get back to you once I'm at the top. Well, I've made it, and yeah, it's right at the end of what appears to be a broken walkway, which I'm just going to do some repairs to. And we have a place really where if Nether skeletons wither skeletons decide to actually come and visit me, I can just hide under here and have at them with my sword. Nice and handy. But either way, we are here. I need to light it up a little bit just to make the immediate area safe. But yeah, we've got lots of exploring to do, and hopefully some goodies to be found. Just watching that last clip back, I looked a little bit more closely at these things. Now, what on earth is going on? Is that water in the Nether? Yeah, some columns of water, very mysterious. So I'm going to have a look at that. I'm intrigued. What a strange and unusual place. I have never seen anything like this in the Nether. And yeah, it's not been a completely productive trip. We have 0 wither skeleton skulls. We have 0 blaze rods. But yeah, we've had a good time killing wither skeletons, but there's a bit more to explore, so I'm going to have a look around a bit more. Okay, after many a death and many a strange experience with very odd columns of water that just seem to be dripping down from nowhere, including there are big shoals of cod, and there are dolphins leaping to their doom into the lava from the water, and they are everywhere. In fact, on the map here you can see all the blue bits that are random water generation. So The world generation... Oh, let me just hide a little bit. The world generation oddities continue, even in the Nether. But yeah, it's not been a particularly successful trip. I have... what am I doing? I have a few goodies, some gold, some horse armour, a saddle, some nether bricks of course as well, even an ink sac from some squid that was suffocating in the nether, and yeah, generally not particularly successful. But on the way back to my portals over, I think they are over in that direction somewhere, I will be going all out to get some ancient debris and at least make this trip worthwhile. So I think I've worked out the source of the mysterious water columns. If you look in the mini-map in the top right of my screen, we appear to be in an ocean biome, and as you can see, there are cod spawning around me. So yeah, there is some... The terrain anomalies appear to be happening in the Nether as well, and it's a shame, it's a real shame, but I mean, maybe there are some game mechanics I can take advantage of in this corruption. Maybe there are some sort of farms that would actually be better in the Nether, possibly. I don't know, I'll have to have a think about it, but I do miss a normal, predictable Minecraft world, to be honest. I'm starting to regret slightly putting the modifying the terrain, the world generation to start with, but so we'll see what we can do with it and see if there's any advantages we can take of it, and go from there. Now that we've got 4 ancient debris, we're doing quite well with that, and obviously the rarest block in the game, so quite pleased with that. What has struck me is that I don't think I have them in my inventory, but I think I have something like 9 diamonds, full stop. So clearly I'm trying to run before I can walk, and I really need to go back to get some more diamonds so that I can get my tools, my weapons, my armour to diamond level before I can add netherite to them. So yeah, I'm going to mine my way back a different route to see if I find any more ancient debris, and then see what I can do about some diamonds. As we finished the last episode, you'll remember I made this village a bit safer, and we got to the point where we got a nice working iron farm. But we moved to this village, and all the storage is now nice and tidy. Well, I say tidy, it is still a mess, but at least it's a mess in one place. So we've got plenty of storage full of random items at the moment. In between recordings, I've also got myself some animals together. So we have pigs, cows and sheep. So they are causing a racket right next to the village, and I've also started to level. As you can see, I've done a lot of levelling. This was quite a hilly area. There was quite a lot of grass and bushes and trees and stuff, and a little bit of lighting as well. So I've started a little bit of work on expanding the base, and we'll be back here later on in the episode. One thing I forgot to mention earlier, as part of levelling out the area around the village, I noticed a lot of spiders floating around, just like the fox you saw earlier, floating on water, walking on water if you like. And this is what I found, just a standard spider spawner, thankfully not cave spiders, because if you've ever encountered a cave spider spawner, maybe in a mine shaft or anything, they are awkward, especially if you want to build something around it to farm them. They're just awkward, and they get through small spaces, they poison you, they are just an absolute drama to deal with. But either way, we've lit up. This is standard spider spawner. No immediate plan to do anything with it at the moment, but we can build another XP farm quite close to our village. It's literally right underneath the edge of it, and the other side of this wall is the ocean. So yeah, we'll build something certainly around that in the future. Okay, now back at the village, smelting my newly found ancient debris. So I've got 5 of those. So pretty happy with that. All things considered, we didn't really use any explosives, beds or dynamite, or TNT even. we just strip mined. So yeah, 5 of those. We've got some scraps. Now, what I'm going to do is, so in the new village, you'll remember the old village that we started in. We dug down, got ourselves a fairly productive mine going on, but I pretty much had exhausted all of the caves that were down there. So what I would like to do is dig down somewhere around this village and see if we can find a cave system, because it's just much more fun than endless strip mining, digging tunnels, etc. And hopefully we can find some diamonds. That would be wonderful. Caving or mining expedition. I've got all sorts of stuff here. I've got gold, tons of iron. Not that iron is particularly useful at the moment, with my iron farm doing pretty well. Quite a bit of lapis and a bit of redstone as well. But look what I've found. This is the first time I've come across a better mine shaft. This is for those of you who weren't watching earlier episodes. I'm using a few world generation mods, including better caves and better mine shafts, and this is the first example, I believe, of a better mine shaft. And yeah, I've always found mine shafts quite fascinating, interesting places to explore, and yeah, certainly looking forward to getting through this, although as you can see I need to clear some room, so let's get on with that and then have a look around. Right, I've made a first attempt to get up there, but just about after I found a minecart chest right up there, I died. So this is attempt number 2. I just need diamonds, really, would be nice. Gold's also good. Redstone, lapis, I'll take it all. These caves really are epic. That's the only way you can describe them. I don't know why I'm mining iron. I am not short of it in any way. Yeah, I made a little safe house just at the bottom of this, and from that I'm looking to smelt most of the ore that I've found. And I've found a real lot of ore. So yeah, so far this has been an extremely successful mission, but let's not stop there. These mine shafts really are something else. Although quite how snow has managed to fall underground, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just exploring, really. I kind of came down here to find some diamonds because, as you can see, I've got myself a pickaxe, quite a nice enchanted pickaxe with unbreaking. But also, my first netherite ingot was used, and I have a pretty good pick there, as you can see. Unbreaking 3, efficiency 4, and silk touch. So silk touch is one of the best enchantments for me, so it does mean that if I find some ore, some precious, or particularly diamonds, I can silk touch it. It gives you the ore block as opposed to the actual individual diamonds. And then when you get to the point where you have a pickaxe enchanted with fortune 3, that is when you mine it, and you get more diamonds that way, in short. And I found diamonds so hard to come by in this game that in this world, I should say, that I'm saving the diamond blocks that I find for them. I just haven't found any yet, but we'll keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very productive mining trip. We have done very well indeed. If you can see, we have 12 diamond ore blocks, we have 26 gold ore blocks, load of redstone, bit of obsidian as well, and also I grabbed some iron blocks from our iron farm as well whilst I was passing, even a bit of ice as well. What I've managed to do as well is get myself a silk touch pickaxe, so I can pick the ice up from the underground mine shaft. It's the better mine shafts mod. It gives a bit of variety and some alternative blocks in the mine shaft, but it has meant we've been able to pick up quite easily some packed ice and some blue ice without actually having to go to a cold icy biome to find that. So yeah, great. Also a bit more rail. I've also put some rail down in the Nether just to make getting around a little bit more quick. But yeah, it's been a great mining session, and now the focus turns on to the village. So we have this lit up area here that I've flattened. We have a kind of a road or a path which I'm going to upgrade at some point that goes along there, also one that goes along here. And what I'm thinking I might do is build a little village market, sort of a trading market in here. Probably will have maybe 5 villagers per trade, and just try and get as many of certainly the key traders that I'm looking for: clerics, librarians. Get some mending action going on. I think that's the immediate priority, but I'll build it in a modular fashion. I'll have a look at a few designs shortly and see what I can come up with. But yeah, that's the plan. Trading market in here as we begin to expand out this way and towards the ocean. So step 1 with the villager trader hall I need to build is I need a lot of villagers. So we've got quite a few villagers milling around here, but I think like in the other village, I'm going to build myself just a very simple villager breeder, so I can there's no leading of villagers around. I can just transport them straight into their trading areas without much fuss. So that's the plan now. Step 1 is build a simple villager breeder. I'm just about to build the villager breeder. I just wanted to show you how simple it is in terms of items that you need. I mean, what's the most complicated out of that? Maybe a sticky piston. Powered rail, you need a bit of gold, and obviously you need a bit of iron for the other rails, but if you find a mine shaft around like me, there's plenty of them lying around. So I mean, all we're doing is building a crop, putting 2 farmers in there. They will breed, they will throw food at each other and breed, and then we have the villager supply for our trading hall. So that's the next thing on my list to do. So yeah, I'm thinking in terms of the breeding area, I'll probably just attach it onto the side of this house here. It's a 9x9 farm area with the walls around it, and a kind of a water stream that ferries the babies away. So that shouldn't take too much of our villager trading area. And of course, look, we're not short of room here. We can go all the way up there if we really want to. And yeah, I'm keen to put it all in one place, so it makes it nice and easy for trades, easy access for trades. The portal's there, so I can just jump in the portal, get here, do some trades, and then go and do what I want to do. Of course, one day I'll have an elytra and we can fly around, which I do miss my elytra, so that may be something I look at prioritising for future episodes. I believe the breeder is now finished, as you can see behind me. Pretty simple build. I've still got a little bit of work to do to make it look nice, but let's just get it functional first of all. So let's have a quick look and I'll show you around. I was going to build it up against this wall, but I thought there's actually a bit of separation between the buildings, spread them out a little bit. Looks a bit better. Eventually get a little path in there. Yeah, it's much like the villager breeder in the other village. We've got crops, we've got a composter in the middle, a watered a water block in between that to make the farmland grow, and yeah, 2 farmers, or a farmer and another villager in there. and the machine is actually switched off at the moment. So if we come around here, I'll show you a little bit more about that. So what the idea is, they make babies, they grow crops, they feed each other, they get to the point where they're in love, they make babies, and the baby then will, of course, is being one block tall rather than two, will walk up to this bit, because as babies do, they will see beds and go, ooh, let's jump on those beds, and so they'll run through there, they'll fall down, and there's a water tunnel underneath here, water stream that will bring the baby along here and into this kind of baby chamber that they will sit here until we need them. They'll be babies, but they can grow up, and then they'll just sit here. The water stream will actually put them in this corner here, for which I have a minecart dispenser here. So this is where I load up the minecarts rather than having to dig under the ground. I open this disguised button, hit the button, that will then send a minecart out here, which will pick up the baby, and of course there are no babies yet, so there's nothing in there. This is the output. This is where we will put some rail in, and we were going to have the villager trader hall around here, but this is actually a lot bigger footprint than I expected. But yeah, so the villager trader hall will be here instead. I want it to be modular, and maybe a little marketplace by the seafront would be quite nice. We'll start building some piers and some docks and some fishing jetties and things like that along here. Some warehouses. I want to build quite a lot of farms here, but small scale, nothing too major. The industrial district on top of the wall, where we built the iron farm, where we built the skeleton spawner grinder type thing. That's where we'll do stuff en masse, and we'll really farm some stuff in bulk. But for here, this is just small scale, trying to automate as much as possible, and yeah, it's looking good so far. But actually, it is dark. Before I go for a sleep, I just wanted to show you there's actually an on and off switch for this, which is quite handy, rather than having to resort to cooking baby villagers that have come out that you don't need in lava, which is quite traumatic for many. All this does is extend a sticky piston with a glass block that blocks the view of the beds for these villagers. If they can't see a bed, they can't link with it, they can't breed. Here we go. Let the loving commence. There we go, that was it. I'm guessing the farmer had all the potatoes. So we should see a baby come out. Here we go. Run straight towards the bed. Should, if all goes well. Well, I have officially derped, I think is the phrase, and yeah, this is actually as intended. So what happens is the baby falls in, gets shuffled down here, but it's too small at the moment to jump up here and to get caught by the stream of water and flowed or pushed down into the corner. So what that does is keeps the babies there until they're grown up, and then when they're grown up they will come down here and be ready for the village trading hall. Obviously you can't trade with babies, so there we go. So it works as intended. So it's been a pretty productive episode, all things considered, as we watch the glorious sunset go down, and look forward to doing a lot more in the next episode. We've done quite well. We've got this breeder working. We've got a few villagers. There we go. As they grow up, they come up there. They wait patiently for the top secret hidden button to be activated, and then there we go. Magic. Georgian. will be our first trader, which we'll start the trading call in the next episode. What I've done is I've expanded the fence to sort of, to keep our both myself and our villagers safe, and I've lit up this area here. So what I'll do is we will do the modular villages. We'll probably do them in kind of like warehouses, open warehouses potentially, open at the side, and we'll have a row sort of coming from there to there, and then another one there and another one there, and so on. So we can expand it along the ocean shore. And yeah, I think probably our librarians will be our first trade in that we'll do in next episode, because I really do need to get some mending enchantments going on, and yeah, so that's the plan. But it's been a good episode. We have expanded the base, as you've just seen. We have built a skelly farm that has given us plentiful bone meal, more bone meal than we could ever need, so that's wonderful. And Nether Fortress has been explored, and of course deaths are plenty, but that's just how I play, and that's tend to be what happens to me, particularly in the Nether, particularly since 1.16 has come out. Very dangerous indeed. So yeah, we've done everything we expected to do, which is probably a first for this series. Yeah, and I'm sorry for the delay between episodes. Lots going on in my life, both at home and at work, and so finding time for recording and then editing is a challenge at the moment. But I'll keep on plugging away. But please keep the subscribing coming on. We're doing well. We're slowly creeping up to them double figures, and we're in a place where I think I just need to keep plugging away, and we'll start to hopefully get some rewards with the subscriptions. But yeah, comment away, like away, get the engagement going. It's what helps my channel, it's what promotes it with the YouTube search algorithm. And if you like what you see, then maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next episode.